Hey guys, you're in a nutshell with me, Ina. Umabot na sa mga top officials concerned itong issue po ng ilang mga international students na nagpoprotesta sa bandang Alberta. I'm referring specifically to those who even went supposedly on a hunger strike. Okay, nagsabi po sila mag-hunger strike daw po sila. Dahil o matapos makita na ni-refuse ang mga applications for postgraduation work permits ng daang international students na naka-enroll po sa isang college sa Alberta, yung Portage College. Okay, so they are protesting what happened because ang sabi po ng ilang mga estudyante, which I will expound a little bit more on later, no? Ang sabi po nila basically, nung nag-enroll sila, they were told by the college officials na yung kanilang programa na kinuha ay eligible makakuha ng post-graduation work permit. And then allegedly, midway through their course, they are saying that IRCC changed its rules, biglang na-disqualify sila or ineligible na raw po sila makakuha ng PGWP. Kaya nung dumating yung pagkakataon, yung panahon na sila po ay nag-apply, biglang ni-refuse. Ang sinasabi po nila, it's unfair. Okay, dapat kung nagkaroon man daw po ng pagbabago sa rules, dapat daw po hindi sila kasama doon. Dapat i-apply na lang po yun sa mga bagong enrollees na yun na yung madadatnan na rules. Okay? Anyway, in this episode, I will share with you the statements made by 3 top government officials concerned with this matter. Una po, the Prime Minister himself, Mr. Mark Carney. Pangalawa, yung Premier ng Alberta, si Ms. Danielle Smith. At pangatlo, si Immigration Minister Leyna Diab. So natanong na po sila sa mga press con tungkol sa sitwasyon ng mga international students na ito. Unahin muna natin yung sinabi po mismo ng IRCC. Okay, so Immigration Minister Leyna Diab. And it appears talagang naninindigan po ang IRCC sa kanilang posisyon na, ito po kasi ang kanilang paliwanag, wala namang kaming binagong rules. Kinlarify lang namin kung ano talaga o kung sino talaga ang eligible makakuha ng PGWP.
We started to see in Canada, in different parts of the country, that there were issues and challenges happening. And so a number of things had to happen in 2024. Now, and I'm proud of some decisions that were taken, but I would say many people across the country, whether it's the institutions themselves, whether it's the students themselves, whether it's Canadians, all groups. Your specific questions on PGWP is that there has been no change. It was always the case that non-credit are not entitled to these postgraduate work permit. So we have not changed any eligibility for that. We continue to work with provinces because the provinces are the ones that have the jurisdiction over the education component. And so we're sensitive to the needs of the provinces as well as the needs of Canadians and as well as the students. But I assure you, we've made no changes to our eligibility requirements since November 2024.
Okay, so yun ano. Wala naman kaming binabago, 2024 pa. Yung eligibility guidelines na yan, kinlarify lang namin. Yun yung unang mensahe niya, no? Pangalawa, the way I understand it, ini-insist din po niya na walang pagbabago. Kasi sinusunod naman po talaga ng IRCC yung konsepto na kapag may bagong rules na i-enforce, it will only cover those new applicants na daratnan yung pagbabago na yan upon enrollment. Okay, I think she is indirectly acknowledging that as well. Okay, kaya hindi niya sinasabi na, oo, nagbago kami at hindi kayo pwede mag-complain. Hindi. Kaya niya yata sinasabi na wala kaming binago. Okay, para masunod pa rin supposedly yung konsepto na kung dati pa in place yung policy na yan, covered kayo dyan. Okay? Kasi nung panahon na nag-enroll kayo, I'm referring to the international students who are protesting, dapat alam niyo yan. Kinarify lang namin, kasi nagkaroon po ng update bigla daw sa website ng IRCC tungkol dito sa non-credit programs na binabanggit niya noon. Okay. Because according to the international students affected, hindi naman sinabi noon na hindi eligible for PGWP ang mga non-credit courses. It was not explicitly stated in IRCC guidelines. So doon po nakakatalo yan. Well, I think meron na pong magpupunta o nagpunta na sa korte para magsampa ng kaso dito. And I think that is the clearer way to decide on this matter, no? Kung whether or not nagkamali ba yung IRCC, dapat pa talaga explicitly stated yun from the beginning na ang mga non-credit courses hindi talaga eligible for post-graduation work permit. I will bring you to the website of IRCC, no? Ito po yan. This talks about who can apply for post-graduation work permit. Sa eligibility requirements based on study program. Okay. Meron po po kayong makikita malapit dyan. Ayan, who's not eligible for PGWP? I will click on that. Siguro po noon, wala itong linyang ito. Completed a non-credit program of study except for a flight school program. Okay. Baka ito yung isiningit bigla itong June 24. Ano po ba itong mga non-credit programs na ito? No? Siyempre, ni-research ko na lang. Usually, kabilang din daw po dyan yung mga for continuing education programs, yung mga personal development courses. Kasama na yung mga ESL or French, as a second language program. Yung mga micro-credentials also. Kasama na dyan yung mga cooking courses, yung mga ganyan po ba? And sometimes you will see colleges mentioning, specifying that certain programs are considered non-credit. I think mas madali intindihin nyo kung sabihin na lang po natin kung ano po yung mga credit program. So ito po naman yung mga kurso makakakuha ka ng bachelor's degree, master's degree, PhD, college diploma, an academic graduate certificate. Yan po usually, ang mga credit programs naman. So ang pinaglalaban po ng mga international students ay hindi naman klaro dati na yung mga non-credit programs hindi raw po eligible sa PGWP. But again, tignan natin how this whole situation ends. Pag nag-decide po ang korte tungkol dun sa mga kasong inilapit na po sa kanila. Napuntahan naman po natin ang sinabi ni Alberta Premier Danielle Smith. Ito talagang straight to the point, For her, simple lang ang sagot sa sitwasyon ng mga estudyanteng ito. There are rules in place. If sila po ay international student, nag-expire na po ang kanilang status, tapos wala po silang PR pathway, then they must go. It's simple as that.
I wouldn't describe Portage College as a diploma mill. There have been instances where I think unscrupulous operators have set up diploma granting programs and taken advantage of students. I think perhaps Portage maybe overstated the pathway to permanent residency. But our view is that if you come here as an international student and your visa expires and you don't have permanent residency, you need to go home.
Yun. If wala ka ng visa, if your visa expires, you have to go home. It's as simple as that. What do you think about it? I think, tama naman Yung konsepto lang na yun, Dumating ka dito, may status, nag-expire na, wala ka pang pathway to permanent residency. Of course, technically speaking, you must go. You must go. But then, again, may pinaglalaban po itong mga international students. And I believe, and I won't be surprised, kung marami po sa kanila ang kumuha ng mga abogado para ipaglaban yung kanilang posisyon. And if they do take legal action, baka po magamit nila yung legal proceedings na ito para ma-justify ang kanilang pag-stay dito. Baka pwede sila kumuha ng tinatawag na TRP, Temporary Resident Permit, kung sila po ay wala ng status. But of course, hindi po automatic yun. Kailangan pa rin po nila yan applyan. Ito naman po, puntahan natin. Itong si Prime Minister Mark Carney. Pansinin po ninyo yung mismong question na binato kay Prime Minister Carney. Direct to the point. Sabi po nung reporter, ipapadeport niyo po ba yung mga international students na nagpoprotesta sa Alberta? Kasi marami daw po doon umano, wala na pong status. Okay, pakinggan po natin yung kanyang sagot.
Are you prepared to deport the students of Portage College who are hunger striking to stay in Canada despite having no permit to remain? And to Premier Smith, are you prepared to start decertifying diploma mills in Alberta?
I'm not familiar with the specific case, I'm afraid, and I would. And we have processes to make those decisions, and they need to be. They need to be followed, and if people are not here, if they don't have authorization to stay and they don't have right to claim asylum, then there's a process that would be followed. But I'm not familiar with the details of the question. Thank you.
Okay. Alam mo, for me, medyo pareho din eh. Ang logic behind the responses of Alberta Premier Daniel Smith and the Prime Minister. Medyo mas direct to the point lang, dinerecho ni Daniel Smith yung sagot niya na kung wala po silang status, wala silang PR pathway, they need to go home. Yung statement po ni Prime Minister, for me, ganun din po ang mensahe. Una sabi niya, meron tayong mga prosesong sinusunod dyan. Ano tong proseso na to? Kung babalikan natin yung sinabi ni IRCC Minister Lina Diab, okay, naninindigan ang gobyerno na wala kaming binagong rules. Okay? So yun yung parang ina-assume din na posisyon ni Prime Minister, I would say. So kahit pa aminado naman siya na hindi raw siya masyado familiar dun sa sitwasyon ng mga nag-hunger strike, ang sabi niya, meron tayong processes in place. Kung ang isang tao ay wala ng authorization to stay in Canada, ang sabi niya, susundin kung ano yung nakasaad sa proseso. Ang sabi niya, no, the process will need to be followed. Ano ba yung proseso na yun kung ikaw po ay wala ng authorization to stay dito? Tapos tulad ng sinabi niya, tapos wala ka namang basihan, for example, to claim asylum. Di you also have to go home. Okay, so for me, pareho yung tono po ni Prime Minister Mark Carney. And that is why for me, pareho po yung mensahe na pinaparating ni Prime Minister Mark Carney at ni Premier Daniel Smith doon po sa mga nag-hunger strike na estudyante. Okay, what do you think about this, no? What do you think about the hunger strike going on, the protests going on? Hindi nga ako sure kung totoong hunger strike, kasi napanood ko sa ilang mga videos na habang nag-hunger strike sila, kumakain naman daw later on in the day, May nagpapadala yata ng pagkain, kumukuha naman daw po sila. Palagay po ba ninyo may mararating kung sila po ay mag-hunger strike ng totoo? O kung ipagpatuloy pa po nila yung kanilang pagpoprotesta? Let me know what you guys think. I will end this episode here. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!